I usually run it at 98, 99%. And it's because I don't want to win. I don't want to win the AI. I don't want to beat the AI.
Yeah, amen.
I want the AI to be one step ahead of me because that will kind of make me push. And when you play online, then you're not used to winning. You're used to fighting. I guess that's my opinion, though.
And racing door to door.
Door to door. That's right.
Yeah.
So here we got some more online stability, and I mentioned online. Let's see if it's here. LFM here. Hello and welcome to the Chicane Podcast, where we discuss all things in the sim racing world. I'm your host, Jason Rivera, and I'm joined here by Mr. Erick Kelly and Jeff Smart. How's everybody doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Doing well. Great seeing you gentlemen as always. Ready to get into it?
Hell yeah, man. We are, what is it? Where is it? We're coming up real close on this iRacing update. But I don't want our audience to think that the show is straight up iRacing only, or iRenting, as some people call it. So we got a plethora of news and things to discuss today with you. But before I give my side, I'm gonna start with Erick. Erick, what you got for us this week? How was your week? How's it going, man?
So week has been going good. It's been a chore to stay warm. Right now it is 10:51 p.m. for me, and it is 23 degrees outside. It dropped since we first got in the studio.
Dude.
23
Yeah,
Fahrenheit for all you international folks.
Yeah, 23 Fahrenheit. Yep, that's a good point.
Jason, what do you think it is here? 75 at 6:30? 7 o'clock?
Let's take a quick.
Y'all live in a postcard, man.
Yeah.
We live inside a
vacation.
postcard.
Tough life, man. Somebody's got to live.
77 degrees.
Yeah, we're doing
bad.
it for everybody
Man.
else. So
77.
Perfect golfing, smoking.
Perfect
High
everything,
81,
man.
high 81, low 73. You can't beat
Yeah,
it.
it's tough.
Yeah, people pay a lot of money for that weather year round.
Pay a lot of money in air conditioning for that weather.
This is true. This is very true, man. All right.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah. So weather aside, I did do something. You mentioned iRenting, and I actually did my first online race.
Yes.
You did.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Everything stops now. See?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I said we wasn't gonna go over iRacing, but here we go.
Yeah, you picked the wrong episode to say that.
All right, so tell us about it.
Spill it, bro. What class? What car? What time of day? No, I'm just kidding.
So it was that. So I kind of talked to you about what the my struggles were with finding a race that was happening in a time frame I could race in a car that I had on the track that I had. Jeff, you mentioned this before. Based on what's available, it's kind of you end up possibly spending some money just to be able to race. So it was in the Formula V. So it was multiple classes in there. I'm obviously in the rookie, but there were some D people and C people in there as well. The track was one that I wasn't really familiar with, so I really had to spend a lot of time, well, as much time as possible during the practice lap, trying to get familiar with it, which I really was proud of myself for learning the track. That's the fastest I've ever had to learn a track, because like in GT7 or something like that, I can just hop offline and run laps around the track as much as possible. And then qualifying might be 30 minutes. If I skip a race, I skip a race. But as you guys know, with iRacing, you do the practice, you do the quali, and you do the actual race. And the race was, I think, like 15 laps or something like that. So it's a significant amount of time you're dedicating to this race. And that was kind of newer for me coming from GT7, where most of the races are 5 laps, 7 laps, something like that. You can
really?
out,
Okay.
you can pump out a lot of laps, and then there's not like a mandatory practice time. Like basically once you get done, maybe another 5 minutes, another race is kicking off. And so I did not finish. But the only reason I did not finish was because I lost control of the car too many times. So I didn't crash.
Okay.
I didn't wreck. So I ended up going off track a couple times and really losing control of the car, like spinning out, but catching it. But just literally the last lap, last turn, I spun, and they were like, "You're done."
Oh,
So
you went over
At
the incidents.
yeah,
17, I
went over the
think.
Hey,
incidents,
E
which was a learning curve for me there as
Eric,
well.
I got something. Here's a since we're all being honest and telling each other, what was me stories. My first race
Yeah.
with Jason was in the race with me. I think it was the
Mhm.
Mazda car, and I didn't finish either. And dude,
Yeah.
and here's the problem.
It's all
I'm
good.
still. It took me like I don't know how long to dig out of that. When I did a couple races in sports car to try to dig out of it with the safety incidents, but
Oh,
same.
yeah.
I had the same problem, dude. Had the same problem. Didn't finish the race.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in your first race. Like when you're on that starting line and you know that
Mhm.
there's like 20 other human beings spread around the world that are sitting there rig ready to go to whoop your ass at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a different feeling, right? It's a
Yeah,
different
yeah,
Yeah.
feeling.
totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
and another thing is that, it don't look at it as all your fault because sometimes you might get hit and the
I
game
did
just
get hit.
counts it again. Yeah, so that's a plus
Yeah.
4.
Yep.
Then you spin out of control, that's another 2 points. And let's say
Yeah.
you hit another car, that's another 4 points. Now, I just mentioned in a split second 10 points and you only get 17 depending on the event. Some events more than others, right? And
Mhm.
especially the V is the V doesn't like the downshift. I'm pretty
And
sure
it's
you
open
found
wheel
out.
too,
That
right? So any
It
little
it does
touch.
not like the downshift.
Look, that was my biggest so that's actually a bad habit I have from GT7 is basically the cars are like on rails. So shifting doesn't really unless you're in like a really high power car, shifting doesn't really impact the car that much. Or
The
you're in a
engine
Mazda.
braking. Talking.
Yeah. And so in that V, like downshifting to kind of get some rotation, spinning
Yep.
out.
It doesn't want a
And I
downshift.
was
You
yeah,
got to be
so that
really
was
gentle. Yeah.
yeah. And I ended up
If it's
having to like
high
hold the
RPM, she's gonna toss you, bro.
yeah, yep. So I ended up and that was the thing I kinda took away from it was I learned how to drive better in that car. I figured out like in certain turns I need to hold the gear longer instead of trying to downshift,
Yeah.
peel off more speed, start braking earlier. Like I actually like learned the track and was basically just trying not to ruin anybody else's race,
Okay.
essentially. So I was proud of
That's what's
myself for
up,
that.
man. I
Dude, that's
mean,
awesome.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. It main
For what
question
it's
here.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I was gonna
Let's
say,
hear it.
for what it's worth, I did a race with that V car, and I
Mhm.
found the 1600 FF, or it's the FF 1600. I found that car a lot
Mhm.
easier to handle. It felt like it turned better, braked a little
Mhm.
better. So
Okay.
just word for the wise. But if you've got
Hey,
a
I'll
couple
take it.
laps in time in that other one, you do you, buddy. I'm just
I
pumped for you. I love hearing the stories.
Yeah, I'll try that with anything that's easier to drive. I was really looking for something I could drive that Ferrari in because
You couldn't
I
Mm.
find a
bought
race,
it
huh?
already. Yeah, I couldn't find a race that I qualified for.
Yeah,
But
because you gotta get out of rookies.
yeah,
However, all I wanted to say was, did you have fun? Because that's the main thing here. The
I
main thing
did.
is not it's not spitting out. It's not trying to get the podium. I mean,
Yeah,
we're trying to get the podium. Let's be honest, but
yeah,
you know, it should have been fun. Should have been oozing worth of fun, like pressure. You felt the
yeah.
pressure.
Yeah, the tension was definitely higher simply because of the safety issue. Like, not
Yeah,
even I wasn't even worried about safety rating, but just if I crash, I will die. Like, I my race will be over. That's something that
y-
doesn't exist in GT7. Like,
Oh,
your race will
really?
be over from
Okay.
the standpoint of you wrecked and now you're just so far behind, you can't really get any decent position. But, like, I run into a wall or get some critical damage, I'm towing or my race is over in
yeah. Your race
iRacing.
can
So
be
that's a
over.
new level of tension there.
Yeah, man. And if you're using crew chief's gonna tell you go pit because you're orange, right? Orange flag,
Mm,
meatball flag,
Meatball.
and
mhm.
you don't know. You don't know how
Yeah,
long the repairs are gonna take. You don't.
yeah,
You pull
yeah,
in, and then you find out it's 8 minutes.
yeah.
Bro, at that point, you might as well turn it off. I
Yeah.
usually hang out in the pit lane and I just on the YouTube because I don't like to leave the race, even
I
though it
don't know
doesn't
what it
matter.
So
it
is there a
doesn't matter,
penalty
it
for
doesn't
leaving
ma
the race?
I don't know if you do.
It doesn't.
No?
It's the same
Okay.
thing. I mean, if you forfeit a race, it's just gonna put you in last place. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
It's
So
not gonna
Yeah.
give you more incidents by quitting. Okay,
a
I see what you're
DNF is a
saying.
DNF. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like Formula One, right? Formula One, somebody beaches the car, they're they can probably go home if they wanted to,
Hashtag
you know?
strolls.
Yeah, they can take a cab and just I'll see y'all
Yeah.
tomorrow or something. I don't know.
Mhm. Just say, "Call me an Uber."
Yeah.
That's
Outta
what's
here.
up, Eric. I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed that little piece of content, there's way better
Yeah.
stuff out there.
Just gotta get
Yeah,
out of
And
rookies, dude.
it got me hyped because now I'm looking forward to just racing on a track that I'm familiar with.
okay, all
Because that
right.
was one I wasn't familiar with, so
Which
I
one was
kinda knew.
that one?
Ooh, I can't even remember it. It was I have to shoot it to you. I can't
Yeah, and
remember
they
off the top
change
of my
every
head.
week too. So by the time you start to be like, man, I know this track like the back of my hand. You get 2
Yeah.
nights, 3 nights in there, boom, new
Mhm.
tracks.
Yeah.
Which is the challenge,
Ye
right? I mean, it's fun. I'm pumped
yeah.
for you, dude.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. It's
Hell
fun, though.
yeah, man. Hell yeah. So, what about you, Jeff? What you got for us this week, man?
Dude, all I got for an announcement this week is it's kind of that sad part of the season to time of year. It's like, what are we gonna do on Saturdays, dude? We got F1 just concluded. We're recording this right before the race, the finale, but it's been and now I can't say this straight face because I've only been this is like the first full season that I've been all in on, like watching free practices. I even watched the weekend warm up on F1 TV, but like this was been awesome where you saw last season you saw the Red Bull that just was incredibly dominant. Like it just really
Yeah.
wasn't even very fun. This
Mhm.
season, the first quarter of the season rolls around and this season wasn't turning out to be much better either because Max was just dominating. I mean, we had
Yeah.
what was it, Australia, I think, where he had the DNF because he had the brake problem, on the third
Yeah.
lap. But for the first quarter, Max was like it just wasn't fun. Like
Running
you
on.
were watching it and you were watching for like who was coming in second, really,
Yeah.
right? And you were seeing where your driver was finishing. And then it was like a light switch happened that
Yeah.
everybody got competitive. And maybe it was because, when Adrian Newey decided to be like, I'm gone, Red Bull. Good luck. Uh, then it became
Yeah.
like Lando came out of the woodwork.
Yeah,
Lewis
he
won a
did.
race.
Yep.
George won a race. I mean, the Ferrari stepped it up. And it was like we watch F1 now, and it's like you have no idea who's gonna win.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
It's
really
legitimately
good.
exciting, man.
Yeah.
five teams and five people that really could win on any Saturday or Sunday, and it's
That's great
really
for F1.
awesome right now. There's no
Yeah.
better time to get into F1 right now. So it
Yeah.
sucks. We're going right into the next data point we have for F1 is Drive to Survive. But anyways, yeah, it's bummer. We're not gonna have anything to do.
Yeah.
Nothing for Jason and I to talk shit about each other on text messages about whose driver did better, whose driver did worse, or talk crap about his driver, my
Oh
driver,
man.
whatever.
So I got
But
videos. Yeah.
yeah,
Mr.
it's a
Russell,
yeah, or Mr. Max.
it was kind of some strong words being tossed around this week last weekend.
Yeah, Max and
Uh
George got into it. Boy,
yeah, they did.
it was interesting, and Jeff and Jason got into it on text message over who who was the one that was the one that started it. But
Who's
anyways,
got the
that's
right
neither
of
here
way?
nor there, right?
Who's got the right of way? I mean,
Oh,
uh,
yeah.
it's fun to have the rivalry though, because
oh
then
yeah, it's
if we
nothing but
if
better.
it yeah, if we were just Max
All the
fans,
same one, yeah.
It
Be
just sucks.
none
boring.
of us are. First
Yeah.
of all, hope you guys
Yeah.
know this.
Nah.
And my brother just got into F1, and get this, I said, and I'm just gonna call him out right here. I don't care. I said, you met Jeff, right? Because he came over here a few months ago, or not, like a month ago. He was
Slayed some
here.
fish, yeah.
Yeah, we hung out. We had a few cold ones together. But he didn't mention the fact that he's a Verstappen fan and he hates George Russell.
Yeah,
I
we would have
said
booted him right out of the boat
Wow.
that
when we
Hates
is
went
George
fishing that
Russell.
day.
if you tell Jeff that is a death wish, is what I
Hold on.
told him. A de-
I'm gonna say something here
it's a
because
death wish.
I always anybody that gets into F1 now and they become a Max fan, is like jumping into the NFL like 4 years ago and being a Tom Brady Patriots fan. I'm a diehard Patriots fan, born in New England, and followed them when they sucked, when they were like 3 wins with like Drew Bledsoe, right? But you can't jump
Oh
into F1
man.
now and be like, "Oh, I'm a Red Bull
Straight
Max
bandwagon,
fan."
bro.
Right,
Straight.
straight. I mean, your legs get tired from jumping on the bandwagon. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like, come on. So,
But
anyways, I would say
Yeah.
that to your brother. I'm glad he kept to himself because I would have tossed him out of the boat when we went fishing together.
that's what I
Other than
told
that,
him.
though, he's a good dude.
I
Good dude.
said, I looked at him and I opened my eyes. I was like, you better watch it. You better watch
You
your
better watch
mouth, man. We're in the middle. We're in the middle of the mother bleeping ocean, bro.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
going to there's sharks in this water, bro. We
That's
don't
funny.
have to go far. Hawaii, we go what?
Mm.
What is it, Jeff? We go 15 miles off the coast. We're looking at
3,
5,000,
7, yeah,
4,000,
5 to 7,000 feet. Yeah.
7,000 feet, and we
Yeah.
can still
Oh
see
yeah.
land.
Yeah.
You're
I mean,
gonna
we're
die.
like, we caught
Yeah,
all the,
yeah.
we ended up hooked into like 6 tuna that day, and we were only like
Oh yeah,
a
we
mile
hooked
offshore.
6 tunas, bro.
Yeah.
Dang.
We had a
But
heck of a day.
we lost three.
Lost 3, caught 3. So,
That
it was a
last
great
one
day.
that Jeff lost, bro, it looked like, bro,
Dude, I was ready to jump. I
his
lost it right at
life,
the boat.
his soul left his body. He was like, I don't want to curse on the podcast, man, but he
I was
dropped the
heated.
biggest F
I was heated,
bomb that I've ever
People in
heard.
Maui heard it.
Yeah. The neighboring island's like, what's going
Yeah.
on over there, man? What's these guys
So,
doing?
all right.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's what's up, guys. I have quite a bit. You know, I usually open up with announcements first, being the host of the show. I just wanted to get I just wanted to get the positivity out, right?
All right. Lay it
Because
on us, buddy.
Yeah.
the
Straight no
Chicane
chaser.
podcast is straight no chaser, just like
Yeah, man.
Jeff says. That is the truth. We all three of us are consumers. We are sim racers. We the products that we buy and we use and we tell you and we recommend are products that we use every day. You know what I'm saying?
And we buy full price. There's no discounts.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't have I wish we did. Listen.
Yeah.
I wish we did.
If we did, we definitely tell you.
And we
don't.
would tell you, right?
We're
So
paying the same price everybody else is.
I'm gonna be
Yep.
neutral because I'm still in the middle of this situation and I'm trying to be neutral about it because I know things are not perfect either. So let me get into it with the announcements here. A few rig changes. Excuse me. I ordered the 9800X3D processor with new AM5 chip board. Excited for
Hashtag
that one.
beast.
Yeah.
A beast.
Top dog.
Right now I'm at a 5800 X3D, so but I was stuck in the past. So when Jeff and Eric were building their PCs, I told them get on the AM5 platform. And to everybody that's listening, do not get yourself an AM4 or if you're trying to go AMD route, which I highly recommend you do. AMD
Mhm.
is king right now when it comes to the processing power, and NVIDIA is king when it comes to the GPU, the graphics.
Yeah.
All right, so now here it comes. No, wait, one more thing. So 24H2 update for Windows. Highly recommend everybody install that. Enable it on your machine. It's supposed to improve those who are using AMD processors. It's supposed to give you a little boost. So now I've been talking about this for a few months with the guys,
I
just
feel like
off
we need a
camera.
drum roll here.
I know. And I finally pulled the plug. Let me get it.
Mhm.
Without breaking my face, without doing that.
Yeah.
And I ordered this.
Woo, woo. Look at
This
that thing.
Man.
is the Artura Ultimate. Why did I order this? I'll tell you why.
'Cause it's a
Functionality.
sweet wheel.
And it's a sweet wheel,
Yeah.
functionality,
Mhm.
and the main thing, Constantinos. Constantinos has a special it's not a profile, it's something baked into the lovely dashboard that
It's
allows
like
the
an
dials.
ecosystem or something. It's like its
Yeah.
own.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like you can change a dial and then this dial becomes basically a toggle, not a toggle, a switch for that option. So for example, you can have
Oh.
yeah, dude, you can have TC,
Wow.
TC2, engine map or ABS, You switch that dial, and then this left dial can increase it or decrease it, or you can set it to another button to do it that way. So
Wow.
I was just thinking, I have a Sim Magic GT Neo. The GT Neo works. I plug it in, it works. It
Mm,
it functions. It has buttons, and Sim Hub Remapper can technically do the same thing to a limit, though. To a limit,
mm,
because you're limited by the single button, and some buttons can be used twice. But then if you want to use them more than twice, then you would need to use a function key and hold down that function key to open up the extra maps. But this, it works with the screen. So when you switch the dial, it tells you what option the wheel's controlling. It's amazing. I
wow.
was excited to show that off here on the show, but as soon as I took it out the box and plugged it in, nothing was working.
No.
Nothing was working, and
Mm,
I tried everything. And I have, look, I just ordered another one. I have these guys. These are high quality. Um, what do you
USB
call this?
hubs.
Yeah, powered
yeah.
USBs. This is 60 watts. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
way
That's
more
plenty for
power.
a wheel.
Yeah, 60 watts total, right? But it's supposed to feed the wheel what it needs, and not basically stumble upon itself like, oh, I lost a power, or sudden loss of power. It's supposed to keep that power consistent.
Yeah.
So long story short, I reached out to Asher. I bought it from murraysmotorsport.com. They're a shop out of Dublin, and I still love them. This seat came from Murray's Motorsport. The CSX3 and my SC2 Pro came from Murray's Motorsport. And their shipping is great. Their shipping, they use DHL. It usually is 2 day shipping, but it's at a fair price. I've paid what, 20, $30. It's it's a fair price to me because it's an express shipment from the UK, bro. Like
To the middle of the
way
Pacific.
yeah, to the middle
Yeah.
of the Pacific. I can't really knock them for that, right? For charging me that. I'm like, all right, listen, I already know I'm gonna have to pay this shipping. Um, but at least they have something in stock and I don't have to hunt for it. So that was
Yeah.
the case with this. Nobody had this wheel in stock. And um Black Friday came around, I ordered it. I waited till Black Friday. It never went on sale. So I paid the full price, the 5%. Wheel came out to 1,300 after discounts. And luckily it got here to America. And I didn't pay anything after that,
No
Mm,
if you know
customs.
what I
Good.
mean.
no.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I got lucky with the customs. That's not on me. That's on them. They cleared the package. I had no fault here. Um, so anyway, I reached out to Murray's Motorsport. I said, listen, I need to exchange this wheel for a new one because it's not working. And, I went through a troubleshoot call with Ascher Racing and a very like high-end employee of theirs.
Mm,
I won't mention his name, but we went through a live video chat, and I showed him the wheel. I plugged it in. I did everything he told me, and he said, "Yeah, I bet you anything that wheel, it's just one wire that you have to change deep inside the internals of the wheel." And he said, "Listen, I can send you this wire, or you can go the route of the exchange." And he said, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "Listen, this is a $1,500 product.
yeah.
That's the principle of the thing.
Yeah, you're not cracking that thing open. Get out of here.
Yeah.
If I
Not at
crack
all.
this thing open, take it apart, drop it, spill something on it, crack something, what do you call this?
One little
Yeah.
mess up where you
One
take it.
little mess up,
Yeah.
that that just became my responsibility now. So I'm
Yeah.
just trying to give everyone out there a awareness of this type of practice. No, if you're gonna sell me a brand new product, I expect the product to work out the box. I don't
Yeah.
want to I don't want to have to tinker with something that I paid full price for. If you want to do that, then hey, give me half my money back. And yeah, sure, I'll install a while in there and see if I can fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
And guess what? I mean, what? How long is that going to take? I'm going to wait 2 weeks for you to send me a wire, crack the wheel open, put the wire, maybe it's not the wire. And now
Yeah.
and now my, what do you call this? The time that I have to return the wheel expired, because you need to, 7 days is what they give you to return a product
Dang,
that's
seven
defective.
bucks, 7 days, huh?
Yeah, that's swift.
7 days.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it. This stuff is expensive. They don't want to. They don't want to pay for shipping anything back. So I mean, so that was 6 days ago, and there's been 8 emails sent back and forth, and I
You
still
said you
don't.
said 8,
8 emails.
Mm.
8 emails later.
and you got a shipping label
I don't
to
have a
send your
shipping
thing
label.
back?
I don't have a
There's
shipping label,
is there
and
one
I
of their
got
wheels in the mail to you?
no.
Oh, dude.
And yeah, dude. And not only that, bro, is there. You know what? I should. I'm gonna pull this email up and read it to you. Like I
Yeah,
said,
that shit
guys,
is.
I have no shame in letting you guys know the truth, because if you guys are gonna spend out your hard-earned money on something that's supposed to be high end, on something that's supposed to work out the box, I expect with a high end product, I expect high end customer service. Can somebody agree with me, please?
Yeah, not even
Yeah.
high-end customers. Hey, if the guy acknowledged that, "Hey, it's this wire. Hey, here's your
Yeah.
2 options. We can send the wire, or I'll email you a shipping label. You print it out. Once I see that it's in the mail, we'll send you another one on the way." And
Yeah.
Yeah.
once I
So
or, "Hey, I'm gonna charge your card, and once we get yours back, we'll dump the money back in yours, but I'll send one on the way." Like,
right, why can't you send me a wheel right now, so that
Yeah.
way I can.
Great question.
What
Yeah.
if this was my only wheel? You're taking me away from, a sport that I'm trying to do, or we're
Well,
he has no idea, but we're technically content creators. Like,
well,
what if I want
I,
to stream and I needed to, I don't know. Just go
well, I
ahead,
mean,
Eric.
to your earlier point, what if that wheel costs $1,500? Like you out of $1,500 and a wheel. I mean, you don't
Yeah, I
have
have
anything right
nothing. I
now.
paid
yeah.
$1,500 and I
Yeah.
have nothing but a wheel inside of
Yeah.
a paperweight. A massive
Yeah.
paperweight
A
is what I have here.
fancy, beautiful paperweight.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful paperweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I it's tough, man. It
So I mean, the emails. I mean, Murray's Motorsport is reaching out to Ascher, and Asher's not responding them, because Asher
Oh,
said,
that's
or not.
crazy.
Yeah, Murray said, "Hi, Jason. We are still." No, wait. This is old, because I keep asking them every day. Any updates? Status? Where is it? What's going on?
Yeah.
So it says here. Uh, and I'll make this short. Sorry to drag on with this.
No,
Says,
buddy.
"Hi, Jason. Sorry to hear you are having issues with the wheel. This is from Murray's Motorsport, the dealer, which I still highly recommend. This is not on them." Says, "I
Mhm.
have opened a warranty claim with Asher with the information you have provided. As soon as they provide me with a return number, we can get your wheel returned and replaced. I will provide further updates when I receive them." That was on November 30th, bro.
Jeez, Bo.
Oh man. Yeah.
November 30th. Like, come on. And then I attached an email that I got from Asher's that says, "Hi, Jason. I'm sorry for the inconvenience of having issues with your brand new Artura Ultimate. As per our video troubleshooting, the source of the screen not connecting to the internal connection cable from the main PCB to the screen, cold solder joint, loose contact. Since the replacement process requires an almost complete disassembly of the wheel, a swap with the new Ultimate would be the best and easiest solution. Please get in
Mhm.
touch with your dealer, Murray Motorsport, in order to trigger the support case and return place the wheel. Many thanks for your understanding. Things can go wrong even though it passed our assembly QC process. If you have any further assistance, I mean, this gentleman that I will not mention was very nice. We tried many things, and then he ruled it, and he sent me this email so that I can forward to Murray. But the rest of the Asher team is not responding. I understand that they're in Germany. I get that, but we're in Hawaii. So if it's 8 o'clock
Mhm.
here, it's 8 o'clock over there. So I'm having to stay up late as hell when I should be sleeping to wake up for work. because I'm waiting to see if there's anything that I need to respond to. And a lot of their reps have reached out to me, the Ascher reps, telling me to take the screen off the wheel and plug it into the PC directly. And I was like, dude, I'm not doing that. I just told
What?
you that I got approved. Yeah, that I got approved replacement. I shouldn't have to take, dude. That's like I
Taking
So
no
they're
go,
still
screen
trying to get
apart.
you to troubleshoot after they
yeah,
acknowledge
bro.
that it's a defect?
Yeah, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, it's just a few screws," and I'm like, I don't care if it's two
Nah,
screws."
nah, uh-uh.
So,
S
and then
Sim
then there's the attitude too, right? So, I
yeah,
really, guys, I thought a lot about putting this out in the show, and I don't want this show to become a hate show to Asher.
yeah,
I think it's fair to you if people went and bought this wheel or they're looking at this wheel. You need to understand what you're about to go up against. Next week, I can have a brand new wheel here. So I will keep you guys up to date on what goes on here forward.
yeah, keep us
Um,
posted, man.
yeah, I'm gonna keep you posted because this is it's unacceptable. I don't like it. I don't like the way that they're doing business. If they would just respond to me and say, "Hey, we're getting the wheel ready," or "Hey, we're on our way to pick up the wheel to package it up," even if you
Yeah.
lied
Jason,
to me, but silence, bro.
why? I don't understand when you got the manufacturer, not like
Yep,
some middleman. You got the manufacturer saying, acknowledge we got a problem, send it back. Here is the shipping label to us. With like cut Murray out of it. You send it to us. We send you a new one. Murray's. I just maybe there's some type of business thing or logistics part of the business that I
Maybe.
don't understand. But like, I I don't know, man. I'm sorry that you're in the middle of this. Seems like me
Yeah.
and
yeah,
you have had terrible problems lately with this type of stuff. And it's tough when
yeah,
they say, "Yeah, contact Murray. We're
Yeah,
washing
yeah,
our
you're
hands of
you're
this." You
running
know?
and yeah, you're giving me the runaround. It's like putting me in a circle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I opened this up already. This is live now. So next week, you're gonna know what's going on. And
yeah,
nothing takes 5 days to send out a product. Nothing. Nothing takes.
yeah,
N- Listen, I have a $300 wheel that plugs into my machine and it works. That is an embarrassment. How do I have a $1,500 wheel and it doesn't work? And
yeah,
now I can't even get a replacement for it because I can't get a response. This is unacceptable. For someone to put their hard
mhm.
money like that, I need you to talk to me. You know what
Yeah,
I
they gotta
mean?
work on the QA for real.
I need you to talk to me. That's like me
Yeah,
going to a dealership and buying a car and the engine don't start and be like, "Oh yeah, just crack open the starter. There's a wire." I'm gonna
yeah. No,
I'm gonna
sir.
go catatonic on you. I'm like, "No, you
Yeah.
need to get me another car. You fix this. You fix it, not me. I'm not
Yeah.
touching anything." So anyway, again, this is not a hate podcast. I don't hate Asher. I still recommend for what I've seen with the wheel. I love it. I don't want to return it just yet, but if I get a replacement and it does this thing again, we're gonna have a very very different discussion. I
Oh,
promise
yeah.
you.
Oh, we'll keep
Very
Yeah,
everybody
that's
different.
posted.
This is a
yeah, that's
one.
more
This
than a
is this is your
one-off.
one
Yeah.
shot. One shot.
Mhm.
I get it. Nothing's perfect. Even Toyotas can sell you a dud. Promise.
Yeah,
It's
everybody has
very hard to
issues.
find, but
Yeah. Trust me, I know.
yeah. So anyway, guys, that's part of the announcements, which took up half our allotted time here, which is kind of cool. So
Let's get into the good stuff of the
let's
sim
get
racing
into the
this
cool
week.
stuff, the cool
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That's right. So I'm gonna
Yep.
go ahead and share my screen. And this is courtesy of overtake.gg. Got to give it up for them.
Mhm.
And we're going to go over the Automobilista 2 AMS2 1.6 update, which is amazing. And they just opened support for LFM. You can sign up for LFM. You don't even need a license. You can just go ahead and race right now.
Dude, that's
Mm.
yeah. Dude,
Okay.
don't sleep on AMS2, by the way. Don't sleep on it.
Those classic F1 cars, You know what? We could take a look. We could take a
They
look.
do a
Hold on.
lot of things really good for cars and stuff and tracks.
Okay.
All right, so here we got just I know we're kind of late on this, right? If you see the date on this, but we're a podcast. We're always going to be a little behind. I'm trying to see how we can improve that. But basically, what we're staring at here is a massive update. So I'm gonna just scroll down and give you guys a lowdown. Uh, New cars and tracks. So we got what you call this IMSA content. Let me pull up my notes. I have notes. This is a lot. So we have Monza is a historical layout and Imola GP,
Okay.
which yeah, Imola
Yeah.
GP. So we got new tires, new physics, adjustments here that they've made. Oh, they got
Yeah,
a video of you showing you the contact patch. Um,
Oh,
it's
I
pretty
nice.
wrote
substantial changes for these cars, and I've seen some videos and got in there a little bit. It's the noticeable change with some of the cars. Go
so
ahead,
I will
Jason. I don't mean to sidetrack you too much here.
no, brother, this is an open discussion. Everybody can jump in.
Yeah.
I will say this, guys, if you're running triple screens, I've seen many videos, many reviews of the 1.6 update. I have yet to come across this from anyone. I had to go and do some side digging. And
Mm.
on a live stream, I noticed one of the creators had problems with his triple screen. I thought it was just my hardware. I was like, what's wrong with my stuff? You know, I started doubting my stuff, and then I noticed it happened again. And it basically, this update breaks triple screen, so you have to just set it up again. It's not a big deal. You just go
Okay.
and you measure your screens, and you. I have the values for my screen. I wish it was that easy that I can just send you that, but I'm running 32 G7s, and they're curved and they're kind of personalized. So
Yeah.
um, just find the correct dimensions and adjustment FOV calculator for your setup. That's it. Um, yeah, so I mentioned physics and handling. AI improvements. One more thing with physics. They improved the wet tire feel, apparently. Uh
Hmm.
yeah, so wet weather handling. AI improvements, it says here. Let me scroll down. Let me scroll down here. Actually, I jumped ahead. So, um, proper hybrid systems. So you got those hybrid cars that they
Yo,
jumpstart. You know the
you
jump
can
start.
it's cool. You can actually bump start one of those hybrid cars. Start in electric. Yeah, it's cool.
Oh,
It's
Yeah, it's
yeah.
cool.
cool as
Oh,
hell.
that's dope. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Le Mans Ultimate has that too.
Does it really? I
Eric.
didn't know if that had it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
Hmm.
the freaking the Porsche is my favorite. Oh yeah, they changed the UI.
Yeah, I'm glad they did. It was
It
just the old UI was just kind of like iRacing. It was just
it's still shitty. Sorry, it's
it's
still shitty.
just it's
It,
better. It's way better now than it was.
it's cleaned up a bit, but there's limitations like things being stretched all the way out here. You know what I mean? Where
I
it
know,
should
like
be
my
just right
close
here.
button is like way over here. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the redesigned UI and presets here. Here's the AI improvement. So I'll go over my notes here. It said AI behavior has been fine tuned for better racing competitiveness with improved overtaking strategies and general racecraft. AI performance has been adjusted to provide a better experience across different difficulty levels. I haven't tested this fully, um, but AMS2's AI was already good. So if they're saying that there's an improvement here, that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think
Um,
if I remember correctly, there's a couple like slider bars with like obviously they have the aggressiveness, but then they have like I don't quote me on this like a sliders where you can pull it out for like acceleration, blocking. It gives you a little bit more
Hmm.
um, tweaking. Like if you find yourself being able to pull away on a straightaway, you can add
yeah, you could break it
straightaways.
down.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, you could
Oh,
break
that's
it
cool.
down how instead of it just being a one thing like hard or 100%, you can break it down however you want. It was kind of cool.
Yes,
Huh.
you can find
Um,
your where it's good for you, right?
yeah, that's that's not many sims have that. I don't think any of them have that.
Yeah, it's my first time hearing about that.
Yeah, I don't think any of them had. Well, maybe I might be wrong here, but at least the main titles that we all play, uh, it's usually I usually run it at 98, 99%. And it's because I don't want to win. I don't want to win I don't want to beat the AI.
Yeah,
I
amen.
want the AI to be one step ahead of me because that will kind of make me push. And when you play online, then you're not used to winning. You're used
Yeah.
to fighting. I guess that's my opinion, though.
And racing door to
Oh yeah.
door.
Door to door. That's right.
Yeah.
So here we got some more online stability, and I mentioned online. Let's see if it's here. LFM here, 32 car lobbies, 32 cars, bro, can be on track for its debut is impressive.
Dude, I am gonna jump in there,
Dude,
today or tomorrow. I listen,
you don't
if
have to
they have
download anything.
formula,
You don't
if
have to
they have
buy
formula,
anything.
nothing. It's right there.
That's nice.
If they
You don't
got
have, all
formula
you need
wheel,
is the game. That's it.
because so it's like the best of both worlds. Like you get all this stuff, but you can put skins on them, right? Like
Yeah.
I got the F1 skins where you have like the Alpines, the Red Bull, the Mercedes. Like it's like you get in a grid and everybody's
Yeah.
got a different. It looks like you're racing F1, but it's way better than F1 23, F1 24.
Oh,
It'd be
oh,
great if
dude,
that was in LFM. I'm gonna have to jump in there to see what type of classes they have in LFM.
bro, on Ellen, you know,
I think it
hmm.
just happened. If you're saying it happened, like
Yeah,
within the
I
day or
raced
so.
The G40 Cup Car Series, the Junior. And that
Mhm.
thing was freaking awesome, bro. It's a 5 speed, so I had to use my shifter. I was
Oh,
clutching in
nice.
and oh man, that shit was and it was on Kansai. So it's basically Suzuka, but
Mhm,
it's the Suzuka track after the S turns. Instead of
mhm.
going straight, it just bends right and it shortens the track. So it's a shorter track. So
Okay.
it's
Oh, okay.
says that bend, S turns, and then turn.
Mhm.
S turns and then turn. It's kind of cool.
Huh.
Uh, yeah, so some details here. I won't go through the whole thing, but you guys can, if you're looking at the screen here, there's a significant changes happening, which I'm pretty sure sim racers out there already know. We're a little late to the game on this. I apologize for that. It's just that the timing of this when it came out, it it just didn't cooperate with the Chicane podcast.
Yo,
I'm gonna have to
Jason.
Yeah,
talk
had
to Riza. I'm
holidays
gonna have
and
to.
Yeah.
I'm
This
gonna
there's an update. I don't want to jump ahead here. The sound, they did an update to the sound, some of the cars, and you want to
yeah.
go, dude, jump in there and do one of those V10 Formula cars. And oh, son, let me tell you, it's what Formula cars should sound like.
That's what it should sound
Yeah.
like.
Say the old
But
school, man.
anyways, yeah, some cool stuff updated. I think the bump, like the hybrid, um, uh, bump
Oh
start
wait.
thing is cool. The sound, some of the graphics they got going on.
So I'm
Um,
gonna I'm gonna give us a preview of low fuel motorsport, which is LFM. We've covered this on
Mhm.
the show before.
Back in the
If you
day, yeah.
yeah. Hey, if you guys have any questions about this, leave a comment or send us an email at the chicane podcast at gmail.com. And by the way, guys, we are almost at the 500 subscriber mark.
Yep.
We that's the next goal because I set a goal to 200 and then we jumped to 300. So I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So
Y
I need to spread that out a little more. Thank you so much for watching the show. If
yeah.
you're a listener in your car, don't forget we have a YouTube channel, TGSR Track Go Sim Racing. Go ahead and subscribe, and click that notification bell so that way you get notified when a new episode drops. Anyway,
Yeah.
what we're looking
Look at
at
that. They
here,
do have AMS2 right there.
there it is. So we
Oh, it's
got
locked.
it's locked because I'm locked. I'm not
Oh,
logged
you're not
in.
not logged in. Okay.
Yeah, because my sim rig is back here.
I
I
got you, buddy.
Yeah, but anyway, there's a race in 22 minutes right now, and there's 3 people registered. It's kind of late over here in this part of the world, but what we have here is LMDH LMP2. Group A. What the hell is Group A? If I click on it, it's gonna make me uh F309 Formula Classic Gen 4s. This will
Okay,
be
that's a cool.
on Silverstone 2001. So that's the thing
That's a new
about,
formula car.
dude.
Mm.
No, but 2001 Silverstone, the track
It,
version. So because they
Oh,
have, yeah, they have different. AMS2 is the one sim that you can go, you can race where, my favorite race driver Senna passed away, and you can go, back in the 90s and see that the changes that they
oh,
made throughout. Yeah, they have those historical tracks.
that's cool. I
Um,
didn't know that.
yeah, Le Mans Ultimate, or excuse me, Le Mans 24 GT1 class, which if you like Formula and you want to get into GT, this will this will this
tickle the
will
itch
yeah, it will. Trust me, it will.
or scratch the itch.
They don't like to freaking break. They don't like it. Then this is the one I competed in Kansai East. Couldn't help it. Saw Kansai there. I was like, I gotta go there. What is it? Didn't even try this car before. And that's what I like about this right here. It's kind of like they give you the car, you already have the car. This is kind of like a GT7 setup. Like everybody has the car, you can buy it for whatever, but in the game, usually it's free on this sim. And it's a G40 Cup, the Junior Cup Series beta. And I had an absolute blast. Look, there's somebody signed up just now, right now. There's a race in 20 minutes. They got the Formula USA Gen 3 GT4 racing in Long Beach.
Ooh,
Interesting. 45 minutes
Huh.
and a multi-class already. Multi-class sessions here. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a preview. LFM is
Mm.
free. You sign up. You use your Steam ID to sign up. There's
Mm.
no cost. There's no nothing. And right now, because the game is in a beta state with LFM, your safety doesn't count yet because it needs to leave beta. So you might as
Mm.
well jump in there and figure it out as you go.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. Getting there, bump around a little bit before they
I will
start
say
counting.
this. AMS2 has a 40 button limit when it comes to mapping the buttons. So I have
Hmm.
problems because I use a control mapper and I have over 110 inputs and I can't. Do I use all the inputs? No.
this is a
But the
soft
one
flex.
Yeah,
the I mean, I gave them to Eric. They're free.
I
I
don't have
sent
the
it to him.
buttons. I don't have
So
enough buttons to map all of those. I gotta
yeah,
get a
you
button
do, bro. You
box
just
or
got to
two.
get creative, bro. You got to get
Yeah,
creative.
man.
Listen. So
My
anyway,
poor little
just
Neo
just
be smoking.
just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that Sim Hub Remapper doesn't really get along too well with AMS2.
Ah,
Other
okay.
than that, that's going to cover my portion. I know I've been on stage for a while, so I'll hand
Yeah.
this back over to Eric and see what you got for us, man, on the discussion portion.
Yeah, man. So just coming right out with it, man. I saw an event. I don't know how long ago it was, but it was an autonomous basically an autonomous race between two F1 style cars. They weren't official cars, but they were two cars that have been fitted with basically a crap load of lidar sensors and you know electronic motors and stuff, and they were driverless cars, and they raced around the track somewhat. They didn't really make it all the way around. They ended up bumping and crashing and one stalled and stuff like that. But just with that being something that's kind of more on the forefront, we got electric cars and things like that. I want to get y'all's take on EVs as race cars, right? Jeff, you mentioned earlier that the way our F1 car is supposed to sound with the big V10 engine and stuff like that, and I've heard
V10,
people
huh?
complain about even
V10
the
is my
more
favorite
modern.
too, man. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, I've heard
so
people complain about the modern F1 cars and how they sound. I think they sound great, but you
The
know,
Red Bull sounds dope, but I
oh
hate
yeah,
yeah,
because
Max.
it's a Honda.
No, because
yeah,
of that freaking, what is that? The damn, I forgot when it pops on the downshift, you hear it popping. I
oh
Uh,
don't know.
yeah, yeah,
So
Yeah.
I forget
back
what
to
that shit's called.
Yeah.
back to the EVs is so here's the thing. Like I have a friend. You know, when I was back home for Thanksgiving, we have a friend that he's got one of the Tesla. I don't know, the one with the ludicrous mode. Like it's a not the
Yeah.
plaid, but anyways. And let me say, those are rocket ships of
Yeah.
cars. Like
Yeah.
a golf cart, right? It just pulls. There's no
Yeah.
like it just
There's
pulls
no
and it
build
continues
up.
to pull. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason, you have a Tesla.
Instant pull.
There, yeah, it's like so.
It ain't ludicrous though, but
Those cars are like the torque on those cars is unmatched,
Yep.
really. I mean, like you could
All-wheel
YouTube for
drive.
days, right? Like a Tesla on a drag strip with you name it, and it's gonna blow the doors off it. It's the
Yeah.
most like I don't know what the right word is. Like you have this car
Say it
that's
don't
going
feel natural, huh?
it's
like, and then there's a car making a whole
I
lot
tell
of
you what,
noise
I
10 feet
drive
behind
one
it.
and it's just straight disrespectful. That's what that is. That's one word. It's just disrespectful.
Yeah.
Because come
Say
on, man.
nothing that quiet should be that fast.
We're on a drag race with the AC still turned on. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I,
And weigh twice as much as the other car.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
I guess regardless of what you think of EVs, like they're not going anywhere. We've kind of like
Nope.
we're going to be more EVs with the hybrids. You know, look at the new generation F1s in 26 is less motor, more battery, more EV. So it's not going
Yeah.
anywhere. But what your point that you said about the autonomous EVs in formula cars, dude,
Yeah.
that is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, when I was in Singapore and I saw one of these F1 cars go around a corner and didn't lift off the throttle, and I was like, "Oh my god! Like there's a human in there." When you see like it's like there's a human in there, and you're like, humans can't react that fast. So I think of it like that there's a computer somewhere controlling this car going around. So like I'm curious to see. And you said that they didn't make it even a lap, I guess, but
Yeah. It
they
was early
will,
days, but
right?
yeah,
They
we
will,
we
and
know. Yeah.
I think that could be it. I, still think that there's a human performance aspect to racing,
Yeah.
like the skill, the ability to put fear in the back, of away from your mind, and ability to focus, and the feel the car as you before you you lock up the tires. Like those are things that
Yeah.
like the human aspect to
Rationalize.
racing.
Computers
Yeah,
can't
Yeah.
rationalize. You
yeah,
know what I
they have
mean?
no fear. They even
Yeah.
they know I have 1.362 meters
They're doing
of space
math.
to the right and
Yeah.
Yeah.
meters
They
before I
can't
need to apply
rationalize that, we know.
2% of the brakes, or I'm going to lock up before like, but
Yeah.
part of it is to see like
Why you
what
change your
cars,
voice, bro? Why you
because
change
that's how computers talk, right?
So that's how computers sound.
Why you,
But that's a
you
But
good
just
it is
point
cool
though,
to
caught on
see.
to
because
that?
It is cool to see when you put a computer in there to kind of see what is on the threshold of the absolute levels of performance that the machine can do when
yeah.
you take the human out, right? Like an aircraft, especially like military aircraft, the weakest point in the airplane is the
Hmm.
human,
Yeah.
100%. When you take the driver out of it, no fatigue, no the
Nobody would
lack
watch
ability
it
to
though.
focus. You
I
wouldn't?
mean,
That's what I was gonna say. You
nobody
kind
would
of
watch
touched
it.
on it.
It's probably
Mo-
true. You're probably right because it doesn't have the human aspect. Look at F1 now. It's like
There's no
all the
danger. You
yeah,
you're you're
Yeah.
you're you're fans of you're a George Russell fan. I'm a Lewis Hamilton
Exactly.
fan. I'm a
Yeah.
Lando. I'm a Fernando Alonso fan. Is my number one,
Yeah.
and I like Fernando not just as a driver. I like Fernando, the person, the persona, him, the
Yeah.
asshole
I
side
will
of him.
finish the race not
Yeah,
for the car, but for the crew that busted their butt last
dude,
night. You know,
Fernando was like,
like
Fernando, they were like, we don't know how you took this turn, and he's like, yeah, well, I know he was gonna hit the brakes because he's got a wife and kid, so
yeah, that
Exactly.
was wild. I
He's
mean,
got a
yeah,
family at home.
he was
I
computer
knew
oh
he lived.
yeah, I knew he hit the
the computer
brakes.
don't have a wife and kid.
I was like,
Yeah.
I can imagine his team in the back. Fernando, you can't be saying that on camera. Fernando, what's wrong with you?
But
So
to
you
your
know what I'm
point
saying?
though, yeah.
You tie a
That's
machine to something, it's kind of lifeless, at that point. And
yeah.
that's
It-
I say this, and I'll let you go, Eric. I'm sorry, I'm on a roll here.
Hey,
I'm
I
still
see
fired
you.
up because of this freaking Asher wheel. That's what it is. You know,
Yeah.
I, I got something off camera. I want to show it, but it's You've heard that. That's what that
They,
is.
they
Got that yak there. Anyway,
hey man.
yeah, it's I drive a Tesla, right? Doesn't matter. Tesla, it's a performance model. It has the performance, it has the speed, but there's nothing like an RX-7 just screaming down the freaking clutch, you know what I mean? Gear
Yeah.
banging, hitting that clutch and then feeling the car just lift up. This car's so smart, it'll lift for you. It'll stop for you. If something comes across it, it'll do it on its own. After a while, you're impressed when you first get it, but then after a while, it's kind of
Mm.
like kind of lifeless, you know. And I'm saying that
Yeah.
as an owner, you know.
Yeah.
I still smoke pretty much any car out there, but you know, but
Yeah.
but the culture, I don't get the same culture of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From it. Like the way
Yeah.
we grew up. I guess we're 80s and 90s babies. And
Yeah.
we grew up with the loud ass freaking muffler, you
Yep.
know, having to push the car out the driveway and turn it on in neutral to not wake mom up trying to get the car
I
out
had a
the
stick. I learned on a stick. Hell
there you
yeah.
go.
I had a Saab like 900S.
So, there you go, bro. I had a
Oh
Honda
yeah.
Civic.
Man, I remember them. Yeah. I
I
had
On a
had
one
a
stick. It was
before.
straight
awesome.
ricer, bro. Straight ricer, bro.
You leave the
I
lights
had a
on, and you
before.
get three of your buddies pushing behind you. You drop the clutch. Jump in. We're going.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go. It's on. $5, bro. That's it. $5,
Oh
half a
yeah.
tank. That's it.
Hey
That's all you
man.
needed. I used to put
Good old
premium gas
days.
in my shit back then.
Just cause.
Oh, you
It
was
was
fancy.
nothing.
Yeah, you was fancy. But yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I
But
don't
to
know where
your
EV
to
is
you,
going to go. They
Yeah,
got a whole series for it, though. The
y-
Formula E.
yeah, Formula E is FIA.
that's a
That
good
yeah.
indicator, right? But I cut off Eric. Eric, what did you want to say earlier? My bad, man.
Well, I was gonna say to your point, you mentioned you're a fan of the driver, which most people are. Most people don't like the cars; they like the drivers, and
Yeah.
it shows when drivers change teams. People don't say, "Oh, well, this driver left. I'm still a fan of the Red Bull car." Like, no, you are a fan of that
Nah,
driver.
bro.
So whatever
Allegiance
car he's
changes.
driving, the
Yes.
Yeah,
car is
that's
just
interesting.
an accessory to him.
It's very
And
different because not all
yeah,
sports are like that. Like for example, soccer or football, American football.
yeah,
If
basketball, yeah,
if
Dude,
well, it
when
depends.
Tom Brady left the Patriots, sorry, Tom. I
I'm
love
still a
you. I had a
Patriots
great
fan.
time. I'm a Patriots fan first, then a
yeah,
Tom Brady fan. You go
yeah. That's
to
most people. Yeah,
Tampa Bay, see ya. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Right.
yep,
There you go.
yeah, man.
And
That's
and
No, I
and
like that.
then
That's interesting.
and that
yeah.
was and that was being very modest because in soccer in Europe, if
Mhm.
you if you just left your home team like that and moved to another team, you better not come back to that country, bro. Because
Say not the whole country.
you got the whole country on your bad side, bro. You can't even go to the toilet, bro. You can't
Oh,
even
that's
go to the
crazy.
Starbucks and be like, get out of here, bro.
Go
No, I
get your
don't
own
care. Get out
coffee.
of here. Get look who's
Go
here. Oh,
go get some
groove,
coffee in your
everybody.
country.
I wonder what those mileage they're getting on those like Formula E races. Like, how long's the race? I assume there's no battery
we
change,
should
right? So
we
I'd
should do
love to
some
research
coverage
that. I'll
on
take a
that.
look at that and maybe circle up with the next announcements or roundtable for the next episode, just to be, keep everybody informed.
Very
Yeah.
interesting
What
stuff,
is their
Eric.
acceleration looking like, top speeds? Um,
Yeah, yeah, their Formula E season just started. Their next race is in January, but they have about 16 races lined
oh,
up
really? Okay,
throughout next year. Yeah. And they're in season 11. So,
really?
yeah, they've been rocking for a minute.
Wow.
But like you're saying,
Season
eh,
11.
yeah, technology is going to improve. They're still obviously, drivers in the cars. They're not like driverless yet,
Yeah, but I
but
mean,
I mean
how do
just
you
that
You got to leave the
compare?
technology.
driver in there.
I mean, how do you compare
Yeah.
one AI to the other AI? It's
No,
That's
I just
I,
think the AI
what
is
they
just
push a software update mid race and they get
no,
five tenths.
it's just cool on principle, like it would just be
yeah.
cool to see too, like when recently they had an F-16 with an F-16 fighter jet uh powered by AI, and
Mm,
in a air to air engagement with a dude in the jet, and
mm,
the Air Force wouldn't release the results.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
snap!
So that
So
makes you think that you could pretty much square away who won that one, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you remove, like you said before, the limitations. I mean, AI
but
doesn't care about
I
G forces.
I'm
They don't
just
care
saying
about.
AI against AI. You know, like two AI
It'd be
Oh
cars.
boring, right?
Yeah, because now you're looking
yeah.
at they're taking
Yeah,
the turn exactly the
but
way the computer. You
you
know,
could
it,
you it'd
So
be the
so
same
I
thing as
so I got a different opinion on that. When you think about all of the, like the human aspect of things, right? Like the just that quote you mentioned, I knew that this guy wouldn't live because I knew this guy would live because he has a family at home,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. That's Fernando,
There are
man.
certain aspects of a race that AI can't really factor in. There's some of the things, there's like human elements, right? Like historical information. Maybe they could factor some of that in, but I mean, just once you get past like reaction time and just like kind of cold calculations, how do you impact another driver? Like, how do you, like, if you try to make a move on somebody, how do you like position them? How do you set them up to make a move? Like, essentially, everybody just driving a straight line the whole
Right.
time and be calculated, and then
Well,
it's up to the condition of the track, condition of the tires. Like, how does AI know my tires are losing traction, or I'm losing grip here, or
oh,
you know,
they'll
the
develop
weather's coming
sensors.
in,
They'll come
and
up with all kinds of stuff, bro.
so the more
They'll
stuff you
probably
add in
have a
there,
wide.
the more stuff that fails.
True, and
And
you know,
so
all they got to do is put a Wi-Fi chip on the car and get the data
you
from
got
the
Wi-Fi
paddock.
at home. You know how unstable that is.
Bro, I
You
like that
send that
Netflix fight,
Wi-Fi
bro. Like that
200
Netflix fight.
miles an
That's
oh,
hour
how
down
bro.
the strip.
That's
that'd be a
still
catastrophic crash. Oh, they had a wreck. They probably lost
Yeah,
connection.
yeah, man. I mean, it's that, like, I think we think about AI and computers as being perfect, but y'all use computers. It don't work like that.
Oh
far
yeah,
from it,
tell that to
Like
homie.
you,
Nvidia
will
surround, please.
yeah, you'll
I
hit a
hope you.
button
I
and
hope.
everything just works.
All
And
right,
so
man. Well, listen, this is a
yeah,
great topic. I would love to touch on this again, um,
yeah.
because
We can track some of the races.
yeah, it should, huh?
Yeah.
But speaking of tracks, it's that
Yes,
time of the
sir.
week, man.
Y'all
And
y'all
this
ready to hear
week
about the
we got Mr. Kelly on his first coverage, and I
Let's
bet you guys
go.
can't guess which one's that going to be.
Yeah, man.
Which
I
we're
mean
about to tell you right now. Eric, please.
yeah, man. So y'all trying to learn a little bit more about one of the best tracks that that exists. Let me get my little graphic up here.
What you got for us, man? Let's see it.
Yes, sir.
Suspense is killing me.
I know.
Uh, so y'all
I
y'all
have
never
my
be able to guess
suspicion.
this.
See, this is what happens when we eat all this turkey, bro. It numbs the
Yeah.
senses. It
Okay, there it is. I had to scroll
it
up.
happened to me earlier. I ain't gonna front.
Okay.
What?
Yes,
Look
sir.
at this.
So
So again, guys, before we get into this, we are
mhm,
still beta testing this track of the week
I
thing.
knew it was going to be this.
Mount
yep,
Panorama.
Mount
So we need
Panorama.
feedback. Please leave a
Yes.
comment, like
Yep.
the video, even if you didn't like it, just like the video. So that way
Yeah,
we
just
can
like it,
improve
and
the and send us an
yeah,
email, please, if you have any questions at the chicane podcast at gmail.com.
yeah.
Eric, the
Any
floor is yours,
suggestions or
bro.
anything like that. So Mount Panorama, it is mostly unchanged, right? So it has two different layouts. This one, and even on these graphics, they kind of glaze over one of the other few changes.
Look
So
at this.
basically, yeah. So basically, it was introduced in 1938, and it originally started out as a dirt track.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dirt
So it's
track.
1938.
old. Originally was dirt. So can you imagine climbing the
They probably
mountain
had
and coming down
kangaroos
the
roaming
mountain?
down there. That's
Look,
in
they
Australia, right?
probably had people, yeah, down in Australia.
Down under, yeah.
Yep. And so one of the minor changes they made, if you look at the bottom at the Conrad Strait, um, from 1938 until, so this says until 1986, which is not true, right? I got my notes here.
Get him.
So so actually,
Fact check them, bro.
in 1970, they made a change to the track. The Conrad Strait, they actually had a chicane there, but they took
Mm.
the chicane out in '87. So there used to be a chicane in addition to the chase that they added. I don't know why they took it out. I don't know if it was
Ah,
just like a death
man.
trap or what.
That is a
More
that's
fun,
a
less
long
fun.
straightaway,
Yeah,
bro.
long straight into a
You
chicane.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me think why they
Yeah.
took it out.
Yeah, so they added the chase, I guess, just to spice it up a little bit. But speaking of the Conrad Strait, that actually takes you into one of the, it's one of the fastest straights, the longest straights in some of the tracks. But one of the kind of, I guess maybe you know this fact, maybe you don't. It is it takes you into one of the fastest touring car corners in the world, which is in going into the chase. It takes you in
Jeez.
at over almost 300 kilometers per hour.
Yeah. I
And so, in as far
Yep.
as touring
You're
car
definitely
tracks
in the
go,
final gear
That's
coming up
brutal.
yeah,
to that.
you're wide open. So you miss that, and
And then you got that bend just before it that you
yep,
just take it just
Hammer
full
down.
throttle, hammered
yeah,
down. That's so much fun. I love that.
yeah, oh yeah, amazing
And
in
then
VR.
pray for your life.
Yep,
Downshift, brake.
yep, slamming it down, man. But yeah, so just some of the other kind of interesting facts about Mount Panorama. So this guy hosts, several different classes of cars. They have touring car races. They have GT3. They also do some production car races. One of the most kind of well-known races is the Bathurst 1000. They also have some other races there as well. They do the Bathurst 600. I mean, the 6 hour, and they do a 12-hour race there as well. Um, First video game that it was featured in was the Touring Car Champions, released in 1997. So that's the first
Okay.
time it showed up in a video game. And also, it is where it is. One of the interesting things is it's owned by the local government, which means it
Interesting.
is also used as an open road. So you can just drive your car on it and doesn't have to be a track day or anything like that. You can just drive onto the track
Bro,
when
I
they're
would
not
be
using
up
it.
there, bro.
God bless the Australian government.
But
But here's the
listen,
kicker.
the
When
dipper,
it's
sh-
the
bro.
the kicker is
See the
there's a
dipper, bro.
speed
I
limit
can't.
implemented on it,
Ah, of
which
course there
is
is. There had to be a catch.
Yeah,
yeah,
there
there's
is
a
a
speed
catch.
limit when it
Well,
is
who's
being
gonna
used as
catch you? They
open
got
road.
cameras out there or something? What's going on?
What is it? Do you know what it is?
60 kilometers per hour.
Wow, come
Oh, come
on.
Yeah.
on.
That's driving Miss
60.
Daisy, bro. What the hell is
Uh,
that?
Look,
Sorry.
I guess if you just want to do a
We
track
could
analysis, you want to take all the turns real
Bro, what
slow.
the hell is that? That's like second gear. It's not
Yeah,
even.
yeah. I take my Camry on there and have some fun. But you definitely not taking no
I'll
your
take my
track day
one
car
wheeler,
out there.
bro.
Yeah, you're
And
not
passing
taking
cars
jeez.
on a one
You're
wheel,
taking a
passing cars,
lawnmower on there.
just freaking
Yeah,
overtaking.
yeah. But it's and also I guess it's one of the main features of the track is the elevation change. It has a
Yeah,
571-foot vertical elevation
of course it
change.
does.
You know,
Yeah.
I and Eric, I think that it's the
Stressful.
quickest
Fucking.
change too. I mean, you come around
Oh
like
yeah.
that start finish line and it's
Mhm.
like nothing but like uphill.
Yeah. You're
And
just
then there's one
climbing.
turn where it's like a left turn into a quick right and
Right here,
Mhm.
the
it's like
dipper.
straight downhill
Yep.
and there's
The,
barricades on both sides. And
Yeah.
every time I go
Like
down
here.
those turns, I'm like,
yeah, the
"Oh,
dipper.
just let me make it to the bottom." You know,
Oh yeah.
like it
I mean,
Yeah,
you're literally just kind of falling. I think about Toy Story is like falling with style. Like you're just kind
you
of coming
are
down the
because the
mountain, trying
car.
not to crash.
The
It's
thing is
It's
the
a
suspension,
brutal
dude.
track.
You
yeah.
you really need to tune it for this track because
Oh yeah.
when you take that skyline, you see that skyline. That's the
Mhm.
start of it. So you
Yep.
start your break. Hey, thanks, man. Beautiful.
If you mess up this
You fuck.
entrance,
Excuse me.
if you fuck this up,
If you fuck this up,
everything
bro.
else is a disaster because
Yeah, you
you're
Nah,
got to be
just
careful with.
they'll
yeah.
talk
Yeah,
about you in the past tense if you
Oh
mess it
yeah.
up in there.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
He go.
Let me
The race
orient it
is over.
myself right here. So it comes in this way, then that way. It's the it's the you start to turn. It's a right, and then it's a
Mhm.
left.
Yep.
then it's a right. But
Yep.
after that right, there's a it's a huge dip going like left,
Yeah.
but then the
Yep.
car lifts. Ain't no tires touching nothing,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
Yeah.
you need
If
to be setting
if
up
you
that
grab that
turn.
wrong, you're gonna just
Yeah.
You need to be
You
setting up
gotta
that
you
left-hand
gotta
turn 3
yep.
turns ago.
it's the
Yeah.
dipper. That's the one, the dipper. It's gotta
Yep.
be
You
that
have to
one.
already but the car has already be pointed where it needs to
Yeah,
go,
that needs to
or
be set
else
up 3 turns ago.
And then once you
or it's
grab,
over.
once the tire grabs, just hammer it. Just hammer it
Yep.
into the deep into that corner after the dipper, like super deep, because you need to have enough to make it around the
Yeah.
freaking elbow, dude. That's
Yep.
a pain in the ass.
Because you're coasting around the elbow. Like you
See,
yeah.
this is cool. I didn't know it had. I know they have names, but we really don't really pay attention to the
Yeah.
names.
Crew chief will tell you,
Oh yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
there's
Well,
Yeah.
Mikey went off in the dipper," and you're like, "I don't know where the dipper is." You know,
the dipper.
Yeah.
Oh
the
I'll
no.
dipper.
say this. Yeah. I'll say this. If I hear anything bad happening in the S's, the dipper, or force elbow on
You go.
iRacing, I know I need to be on
First of
alert.
all, where are you gonna go?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Because
that's what I
another
was
thing.
gonna
this
so that's the crazy thing, right? So on
Yeah,
GT7,
you gotta
you
come
can
to a halt,
people
bro.
can yeah, people just kind of fall like like flies after Skyline, but they get ghosted. So for me, I'm like,
No, this is a
well, sucks
massive
for
wreck,
you.
bro.
But iRacing, if somebody crashes in there, there's nowhere for you to go. Like you
There's
have
nowhere to.
to yeah, you have
So
to be aware.
ACC too is like that.
Yeah.
ACC.
Yeah, ACC. Yeah.
I got stuck in the S's, bro, in the
Oh yeah.
middle of it, sideways,
That's how you get stuck.
and there was
Like you
no
don't just
way
kind
to
of
get.
hit and straighten out. It's like you get turned
There's no
perpendicular.
grass.
You
There's
like
no
Yeah.
nothing.
you're like Austin Powers doing like the 47 point turn. Root, root,
Yeah.
root, root, root,
Yeah, oh
root,
yeah, that
root, root, and then you
sucks.
get going. Meanwhile,
Yep.
the whole
Oh
field's watching
snap!
you.
Remember that? Yeah, in the back. he,
Yeah,
he's got to
man.
put it in gear too.
I mean, for how long is the track? Can you scroll over? I don't think it's an incredibly long track.
No, it's not
Okay,
super
uh,
it
long.
is. It's got some length.
Dude,
Yeah.
Um,
3.8 miles is that's pretty long, bro. That's like
yeah,
two and
Yeah.
a half minute,
I guess
maybe.
the long straightaways, but like the straight for.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a comment on our last one about hey, like talk about how we learned the track, and I don't think it's an incredibly hard track to memorize. It's a hard
Yeah.
track to be fast on,
Yeah. Definitely.
to
Yeah,
I'll
learn how to
say
manage those
obviously
cars, the cars
y-
in those corners we were just
yeah,
talking
because you got
about.
cars around you. You're not factoring that in. I
I mean,
mean,
even for
so
a qualifying lap of how you're
y-
managing
that too. Yeah,
the weight of the car on which tires for which turn.
yep.
it's a lot of
It's
fun though,
it's definitely one of those
Yeah.
tracks that
S-
sometimes
uh,
slower is smoother and smoother is faster.
bro. It
Yeah,
this is the
especially through
one track
here.
that scares the
Yeah.
shit out of me every time I go on
Oh
there.
yeah. I
And
I mean, you sign up
mean
for this one, and you better have some space in your safety rating, or
yeah,
you're
you better have
going.
a yeah, you better have some wiggle room, bro. For real, I swear.
oh yeah. Yeah, you trying to survive, man, cuz like you said,
That's the
this
best word. That's the best word for a race on and panorama is just survive.
yeah.
There's a lot of truth to that one on these ones. If you just can avoid the
Dude,
crashes, even if it's going slower to avoid some of these, yeah,
one time
100%.
Yeah.
I raced it at night. That was
That's
Oh, that's got to
freaking
be
brutal,
yeah, that's got to be
brutal.
crazy. And I say too the Conrad Straight is kind of deceptive. Like if you don't have your breaking points lined up and memorized, you can kind of get kind of lulled to sleep in here in the straight
Right.
and miss this chase. Cause like I say, you don't if you don't start breaking soon enough, it's over with.
That's a
Like
very
you're
hard
going off.
break.
yeah.
That's like a
Yeah.
second gear for GT, I would
Yep.
say easily.
Yep.
Second gear, and you want to hug that freaking those corners.
Yep. And
The road
and
strip.
it's
Yeah.
I was gonna say and it's blind too because there's even like a little elevation when you're coming around the chase
Yes.
because you can't
Correct.
really see the track as
Then you got a
well.
full 90, like right there. And
Yep.
them brakes is freaking scorching.
On
Like
on
in
fire.
yeah.
So around 2000, I did want to say this too. Around 2000, they did add some extra runoff for safety reasons. After the chase and just on kind of both sides of the track, added some grass and stuff like that.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
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 man, this
probably a
is
good idea there, Australian government.
yeah, it definitely helps out. I bet because not that I would do anything, and not that you guys do anything like that. But I'm sure there's some, knuckleheads out there
Next
that
thing you know,
attempted
the
to.
Australian government sends us an email.
Yeah,
What
cease
is
and
it?
desist.
How do we get
well,
a hold
well,
of
I'm
Mr.
I'm
Smart?
sure
How do
there,
we get
but I'm sure there's some knuckleheads who decide they're gonna, drive a little bit faster than 60 kilometers per hour
Oh
when
yeah.
this is open to the public. So,
Bro, we're talking about Aussies, bro. Do you think they
yeah.
give they don't have many. I trust you. Trust me, I know a few of them.
Hey man, we ain't trying to get beat up by the Aussies, man.
Yeah, the Aussies, the Aussies, I get along with, man. They're cool. They're nice
Oh yeah,
people, beautiful culture out there.
yeah,
Except for them
man. But
kangaroos running around. What? Imagine a kangaroo just jumps in the middle of the road, man.
oh man,
Them things is
yeah,
solid. Like, man, that's like
oh
hitting a
yeah,
wall, bro.
yeah. That's one of those deceptive things, like a moose. If you never seen a moose for real, I
So,
think they're the last descendants of dinosaurs we got around
w-
here.
before you switch the screen off, like, you
Mhm.
know those little what is that? The psychiatrist thing that they show you the pictures and tell you what does this look like to you? So
Yeah,
Yeah, the blobs.
yeah.
this looks like a freaking like a tobacco pipe to me. What does it look like to you guys?
I can see the
Or
I can see
pipe.
the
maybe
pipe.
inhaler. You know the inhaler, the when people are sick.
Oh, I can see
The-
the inhaler 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see that.
or a short pipe or something for tobacco.
Uh,
Uh,
for me, I can see like a little kind of crazy looking hatchet or something like that. Get your handle and you know.
I don't know. I think
We got
the
upside
inhaler
down
is
pigs.
like
We got
the
inhalers. We got
is like
freaking
the
Vegas.
what can seen be can't be unseen. Yeah, I see the inhaler now.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we just ruined you
that's
guys. Now
yeah.
Mount
Yeah.
There you go.
Panorama is an inhaler.
Awesome
No
track.
offense.
If you'd have never done it before, get in there. Don't do it on a race for your first time.
Yeah,
Oh
and
yeah.
don't do it in rain your first time either.
Oh.
You might not want
See,
to do it
I
in
wouldn't. I
rain your
still
hundredth
wouldn't do
time.
that. I still wouldn't get under it. It's
That's a
raining.
death sentence.
Nah,
Yeah.
man, I'm good. Listen,
Now there's got to be
I
another
got an
race on
appointment. I got a.
So something comes up every time it
Something
some
rains.
came up.
game, some another sim or something. There's got to be another race going on.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Hell yeah, Eric. Thanks, man, for this coverage.
Yeah,
That's
man,
what's
no
up,
problem,
man.
man.
I don't know where you
Sir.
dug this up, but that's freaking beautiful, man. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I like the I like that format a little better because we could switch between the years. So
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do to make
Yeah.
that
I'll
better.
I'll drop you
Or
guys this, we'll get you guys
yeah,
up to speed after this. Yeah.
hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, Mr. Kelly. So that is our track of the week. We've done it 3 times now and we covered our personal favorite tracks. From here on out, we're going to be taking suggestions on what track do you want to see next. So you can leave
Yep.
comments or you can send us an email at the chicanepodcast@gmail.com. Um, and just let us know, hey, I don't know, Silverstone next, which would be a nice one because that's another
Tons of
nice
history.
track. Yeah, tons.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great track, high speed. So yeah, I mean that's gonna be it for this week. I mean it's kind of a sad week. We're in the month of December. Next week, at the time of this recording, iRacing is coming with its new update. I know I'd said that we're not going to be speaking about iRacing like that on this episode, but it's sim racing news. If you
Yep.
haven't tried it, just try it. Don't judge it. Just install it, try get the free month or whatever, and give it a shot. So without
Yeah.
further ado, roundtable time, guys. Do you guys have anything else to put out on the show?
No, not for me, man.
Nope. Just pile on to Jason said. Beginning of the season, a new season for the iRacers out here. So good luck, and I'll see you out there. And yeah, oh yeah, I almost forgot. Drive fast and brake late. Can't end
There
it
we
without
go.
that one.
There we go.
Hell yeah, man. Drive fast and break late. And guys, I'll keep you guys all up to date about the history of events here as things unfold. Um, but yes, I do want to remind you all that we are seeing a massive increase in participation viewership on YouTube. But I just want to ask, please, if you like the content, just subscribe and leave us a like. That way, we can get more people into our community and we can have bigger discussions. I guess we can make this even bigger. So
Yeah.
just if you're a listener on in your cars or at work, just do me a favor and click that subscribe button. It'll help out. So without further ado, thank you so much, guys. It's always a pleasure. Today was a lot of fun. That's how the time runs up, man. I'm telling you. When you're having fun and you're talking about those three tracks that we mentioned. Um, amazing stuff. Really happy with today's episode, Eric, especially that graph. We need to make that a standard.
Gotcha.
Okay, man. All right. So without further ado, thank you so much again. And please, everyone listening and watching, have a great start of your week. Thank you.